We read through nominal relative. Nominal relative clause. How do you distinguish? How do you distinguish you ask me? How do we distinguish between nominal relative and nominal WH interrogative? Nominal relative in which there is no gap of information. Nominal WH interrogative, there is gap of information. Both of them have WH1. This is the thing. Now, let us start for nominal relative. What's your name, my daughter? Zainab, if you don't mind, can you read the example of nominal relative? If you don't. Yeah, starting with this one. You don't.
What he is looking for is a Y.
Yes, is a Now, what I want to from you is to identify the clause. By identifying, you tell me what is the clause?
Yes. What he is looking for.
Yeah. Label it. Before the function, you should label it. What is it?
Nominal relative.
Nominal relative, and the function is subject. Thank you very much. Is there a gap of information? There is no gap of information. What he is looking for is a Y. Yes, thank you very much. I move to direct object. Yes, Manar?
Yes, whoever deals with.
No, read the sentence.
I want to see whoever deals with complaints.
Yes.
Yes, whoever deals with complaints.
Yes.
Whoever nominal
Relative.
relative.
Yeah.
Yes.
Relative.
WH elements.
Whoever deals with complaints, it is not WH. It is what? Nominal relative.
Yes,
When you say WH, you will go to what? To nominal WH interrogative. Yes, by form it is WH form. Okay, thank you very much. Function as well?
Direct object.
Direct object. Yes, I need.
Yes. Whoever came to the door, a winning smile.
Yes.
Whoever came to the door.
Yes, whoever came to the door.
No, relative close.
Yes.
It's indirect. Or
It is indirect.
indirect, yes.
Why? Because I have the verb give, which is direct transitive verb. Where is the direct?
The direct here, a winning smile.
Very good. It is a winning smile. Yes, Mustafa.
I have a question about whoever.
At the end. At the end. Yes, because you know in your section you make things very late because of your question. Of course, I will not prevent you from asking the question, but at the end of the lecture, please write your question and tell me. Yes.
Home,
Please.
home is where your friends and family are.
Yes.
The nominal relative clause is where your friends and family are.
Yes. Now, what is the function?
The function subject complement.
Yeah, it is subject complement. This sentence, students, home is where your friends and family are, reminds you of what a prostic sentence in chapter 7, if you remember. It is a wisdom. Okay, thank you very much. You can call me whatever names you like. Yes, Daniel.
Whatever names you like.
Yeah, and it is nominal
As
relative.
nominal relative clause, as object complement.
Yeah, because me is the direct object. Thank you very much. Let us know your college address. That is here is not nominal that. That is, it means in another verse, not nominal that. Yes, that is where you live in term time. So yes, Murtada.
Yes, and also a candidate. Vote for whichever candidate you like.
No. Tell me, where is now the clause in the previous sentence?
Where you live in term time.
Yeah, and the function?
The function is positive.
A positive, you remember yesterday, it could be for a subject. Here it is for what? For object. Where's the object? You know, it is your college address is the direct object for the verb. So here it is what? It is a positive for the object. Yes, thank you very much. Move to the other sentence. Yes, please. Yes.
Vote for whichever candidate you like.
Yes.
Whichever candidate you like is a nominal relative clause.
Yes.
Its function as a prepositional complement.
Yeah, because I have the preposition on. For. Now, what do we have? With nominal relative, we have only two meanings. What are they? Either universal or general, or it is specific or definite. What is it? From, all WH, except who? What and whatever. For example, this suffix ever makes the meaning of nominal relative is what? Generic, except who. We will see about who. Now, if you compare sentence at the end of page 219, which is what quality is what counts most, with a sentence on page 320, Quality is whatever counts most. You see, they are similar, right?
Yeah.
Both of them, they have nominal relative clauses. Both of them function as subject complement. The only difference is with meaning. Quality is what counts most. The author interpreted as the thing, which means something specific. That is definite. While quality is whatever, it means anything. So, here we have two meanings, either generic or specific. What is the problem with who? With who, generally speaking, when I say whoever, this word by itself, it could be at the same time, it could be generic or universal or specific. So how do we know? From the sentence. Whoever told you that was lying. Now, if I know some person, if I have a certain person in my mind, it means the person. It means what? Specific. But if I mean anyone, everyone, it means what? Generic. So all WH words, when they take ever in nominal relative, they have the meaning of generic, except whoever. By itself, it could be generic and specific. Which determine this? The meaning of the sentence. Now, what about the last point? The last point talk about how do you distinguish between nominal relative and nominal WH interrogative. They asked me what I did not know. What I did not know. Of course, I will explain it, but I will not, go into detail. It is ambiguous sentence. This sentence is ambiguous. Why? What I did not know. This is what a clause, which is nominal. But this clause, which is nominal and function as what? Object complement. It can be two things by label. Either it could be nominal relative, which I am talking about something I know in which there is no gap of information, or they'd ask me about the thing which I do not know. In this case, it is what? Nominal, WH, interrogative clause. I will not explain further. This is only for your own information. Some sentences might be ambiguous, especially nominal relative and nominal WH interrogative. Clear, please, this one? Yeah. Yes, now, what is your question?
You said you can know it from the sentence. So
No.
if it is
Yeah,
based-
because the interpretation, they ask me either about the thing I know it or I do not know it. If I know it, it is relative. If I do not know it, it is gap.
Yes.
Concerning your question, since it is about whether, so at the end, yes, what is your question?
Can I distinguish between them by question mark here?
No, this is for interpretation, not in reality. The author put it in order to distinguish how it is a question, how it is gap of information. Because you remember yesterday, we say WH interrogative doesn't have subject operator inversion.
Yes.
But by meaning, the author wants to make it clear, not in reality. No, it is full stop. That's why I will not go further with this, only for general information. Now I move to what? Not to infinitive, not ing. I move to something else. You know, why not to infinitive? Because sometimes we take it within clauses, especially place and time. Again, ing. I move to bare infinitive and what? Verbless clause. Murtala, if you have a question, at the end, right? If you have. Bare infinitive and verbless clause. This is, of course, you remember nominal clauses, if you remember yesterday, it is what? That, it is WH interrogative, you remember? There is subtype, which is to, you remember? Yes, no, in which there is alternative sometimes.
Yes.
Then we have relative. Then the last thing, bare infinitive, with to or without to.
Verbless.
Bare infinitive, either with to or without to, and verbless. Now let us focus on bare infinitive. It means sometimes I use to, sometimes I do not use to.
Yes.
Where do I use to? And where do I do not use to? Yes,
I did not use to initially.
initially, very good. Can you read, please, for me the example? All?
About initially?
No, the first example.
Yes. All I did was to turn off the gas.
C, to or without to. Where is the clause? Turn off the gas.
Yes.
There is a condition again. What is it? If I have a proform, what is it? Do. What do I mean by proform? Proform. Pro is a prefix which means instead of. From and VAG adverb. It means anything which instead of noun, verb, adjective, adverb. Right? So when I have do, and by do I mean what? Did or does, depending on the tense. Here, when there is proform do, which refers to the clause, it is called bare infinitive. How? All I did was to turn off the gas. What is did here?
Yes.
Yes,
Action.
which is what? Turn off the gas. Which refer to turn. So did here is a form, a proform instead of what? The verb itself. What is the verb? All I did. You did what? Turn off the gas. Since I have this proform, why did it is past? Since I have this proform, I use to infinitive. Shall I use it optionally or obligatory? Optionally. Why? Because the position not initial. Clear? So where's the clause? To turn off the gas or turn off the gas, it is nominal. What? Bare infinitive clause. We don't have function here. The author did not talk about function. Can I change the position, the order of the sentence? Yes, I make it initially. But I should be careful when I use it initially. To has to be omitted. It means obligation.
Yes.
So what shall I say? 10 of the tap, 10 of the gas was all I did. Still I have did the proform, which means what? Turning off the tap. So where's the clause? 10 of the tap, 10 of the gas. But here, bare infinitive, yes, without to. Why to is omitted? Initial. Where's the function? I have no function. Clear? So this is the point. Only these information related to bare infinitive without further, the author did not make further clarification.
All I did is the proform.
Did only.
Yes.
Because did refer to what? To turn of the action itself.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. I say proform instead of a form. Which form? Noun, verb, adjective, it is instead. Generally speaking, it is used for what? For a verb. Where is verb? Yes. I don't have it. But in the notes, you remember yesterday, in the notes, what I have, wall-to-wall carpets in every room is very expensive. You know the meaning of wall-to-wall carpet. It means I make it from this point to this point. I make it from this point to this, it means what? Covered all of what? The class. So wall-to-wall carpets in every room is very expensive. I want to ask you a question. Where is the subject of this sentence?
Yes.
Yes. Where is the subject? Yes, no.
Wall-and-wall carpet in every room.
Wall to wall, not in
Wall to wall.
Wall to wall
Carpets
carpets
in
in
every
every room. This is the subject. Okay. Where is the verb of the clause? Yes. Where is it? What about the is?
Wall-to-wall carpet in every room.
So what is?
Not with that subordinate clause.
Shall we answer in this grammatical way? We say is the verb of the what? Of the sentence. The sentence. So where's the verb? For the clause there is no verb. But for the sentence, yes, it is. Right. Since there is no verb for the clause, it is nominal verbless clause. Very good.
Is here is linking verb, right? Is here is linking verb.
Which one is linking?
Is.
Is main verb here. It is lexical verb, remember, which could be auxiliary and main verb. It is main verb here. So, wall-to-wall carpets in every room. Now, I am asking about where is the verb of the clause. There is no verb for the clause. That's why it is called verbless. Okay, there is a point that the author make a link between chapter 7 and chapter 11. What is it? Concord. Why do we use is, not are? It is a clause, you remember. Can I use are? Yes, notionally speaking. If I am talking about plurality, yes, I can, which is not out of our concern here. My concern is what? Verbs. So, wall-to-wall carpets in every room. This is a nominal verbless clause. Here, it functions as subject. But it is not a rule that all the time it is a subject, not a rule. Okay. Are fast cars in cities really very wise? Now, where's then the clause? By the way, when I say clause, I mean dependent, subordinate clause. Of course, I do not ask about main clause. As in your exam, for example, in the final exam, what did you do? I asked about clause elements of the underlined.
Yes.
Most of the students, what did they do? They give me all of them, which is irrelevant. I ask underlined. So now I am asking about dependent. I'm not asking about main. It is not chapter 7. I'm asking where is the clause, which I mean dependent or subordinate clause. Yes, Ghadir.
Fast car and cities.
Very good. Fast cars in cities. Ghadir, what about are?
R is verb.
Of the main sentence, which is what is the sentence? Interrogative sentence. In order to make it easy for you, what shall you do? Change the form of the sentence from question into statement. To make it clear, what shall you? How do you answer? It is yes, no question.
Yes. But yes.
For example,
car,
yes, fast cars are what?
Fast.
Fast. No. Fast cars in cities are no.
Are really very wise.
Very good. Fast cars in cities are really very wise. Yeah, I change it in this way. Now where's the clause, Ghadir?
Close.
Yeah, which is nominal verbless clause.
Fast car and
Yeah, the same thing. When you change it into statement or something else, it is the same. So, fast cars in cities, this is a nominal verbless clause. What about are? Are is the main verb of the sentence. Why are, not is? Yes. Which is, what is the, yeah, it is a clause. But notionally here it is what a plural, right? Can I say is? Huh. So, Fatma, you have nothing except yes. You should think, right? Tell me.
No.
Are. Yes, Ghadir.
we have concord between the concord of number between the subject, fast cars in cities, and the verb are.
Yeah, here it is according to concord, which is, as she said proximity. When we say concord, it means what? It is a proximity, grammatical agreement. It is a proximity. Can I say is? Yes, if I consider it as singular clause, one
One
unit,
element.
yes, I can, but notionally. Yeah, not in this point.
National.
Now, so what do we conclude? That nominal clauses, we have what? We have their infinitive clause and we have verbless clause. Yes, you have a clause.
Could be a noun phrase, right?
You know, it is now, it's noun phrase, no, it is a clause.
Like fast car in cities.
No, it is a clause. How do you know what color? Change it from this form.
Subject.
No, change it.
In the form of subject.
No, it is a clause. Fast cars in cities. If you say fast cars, yes. But when you say in cities, as if you interpreted what? Fast, just a minute. Fast cars are in cities. Is this noun phrase? Clause. How do you know it is verbless?
Preposition.
No, change it into what? Finite form. What shall you use? Intensive verb, which is or are. So fast, if you say fast cars, it is noun phrase. But since you say fast cars in cities, it means fast cars are in cities, not in towns. You see? So you change it from what? From the form which is verbless into what? Into the form which is finite. No, if you have a question, wait. Do you know why I take extra lecture for you, section C? Because of your questions, believe me. Because the other section, they have a question, but not like you. So I will not prevent you from asking, but I should have extra time for you. That's why I take lecture, because of you, not because of me. Right. Of course, I am happy, but let me now move to adverbial. Then please, if you don't have, I have time, even not in the side lecture, outside it, tell me what are your questions. Adverbial clauses. With adverbial clauses, generally they function as A. What is A? Adverbial. Some of them they are adjunct, some of them disjunct, but generally they are A. Time. Yes, I want someone to read for me time. Yes, Rijdan. The first sentence.
When I last saw you, you lived in Washington.
Yes, when I last saw you, you lived in Washington. Where's the clause?
When I last saw you.
So you, then you are going to be seen, tested by two teachers. If you practice in this way, you know part of your evaluation, it is for your pronunciation. So, when I last saw you, this is adverbial. Now we must say nominal, adverbial clause of time. How do you know time? Not because when, because of meaning. Because not necessarily when is used for time. I can use since, I can use as, I can use as soon as. How do we know? From the meaning of the clause. When I last saw you, you lived in Washington. Yes. What is the function? Generally, A. So, yes. Buy your tickets. Yes. Other students, buy your tickets. Yes.
Buy your tickets as soon as you reach the station.
Where's the clause?
As soon as you reach the station.
So this is adverbial clause of time. By the way, what is the form, Mustafa, of this verb? As soon as you reach the station. By the form, I mean finite or non-finite?
Not finite.
Here, it is finite. Even in the first sentence, finite, right? With adverbial clause of time, with the adverbial clause of a place, we will have forms. Sometimes finite, sometimes non-finite. So, in the first example, second example, they are finite. What about the third one? Our clause, yes, please, Father.
Our house, once everyone had arrived, was full of good humor.
Yes, so where is it?
Once everyone had arrived.
Yes, once everyone had arrived. Yes, what is this? This is adverbial clause of time. Now, what is the form of the verb?
Finite.
It is finite again. What about he wrote his greatest novel while working on a Friday? Yes, Nabet.
He wrote his greatest novel while working on a project.
Yes.
The subordinated clause while working on a project.
Yes.
Adverbial clause of time.
Yes. And the subordinator?
Subordinator while.
What is the form of the verb?
Non-finite.
ing. Here I have a form which is non-finite, ing.
ing participle.
Yeah, ing participle. It is, I'm sorry, Diya, right? Diya, generally speaking, the grammarian, they call it participle. They do not say non-finite. Because participle means mainly, it means what? ing. But since we have ed, again, it is the form sometimes past participle. They say this is ing, this is ed.
Can I say while to what?
If you want to change while I was, for example, if you change it to mean from non-finite to finite, yes, while I was working on a project.
Participle.
While what? Yeah, you can. But where it has the meaning of passive. Yeah, the passive. If it works, or
And the meaning will not be changed.
if it is passive, of course it will be changed.
Not by not,
AD,
Yes.
my son, AD means what? Past participle. Past participle, semantically, it is passive. Not syntactically. Semantically, it is passive. So the meaning will be passive. Now, just like this, once published. Who is publisher? Not the book published. Someone published, you see? So the meaning will be different. Once published, the book caused a remarkable stuff. Once published, this is the adverbial clause of place, which is the form here, ed participle.
Non-finite.
Which is, of course, not finite here. When in difficulty, this is adverbial clause of time, which is what? Verbless. I want to replace this verbless into finite. What shall I say? Yes.
Consult the manual when it is difficult.
No, when it is difficult. But, yes, I can use it in another way. What is consult the manual? Murtala?
Means take advice.
No, I'm not asking about the lexical meaning. I'm asking what is the structure?
Verb and
Imperative.
Imperative. Imperative or command without subject. So I can say when you are in difficulty, right? Consult the manual.
Chapter 7.
Yeah, I can use this. Or as you say, when it is difficult, cancel. But I want to make what we call this attachment rule. Attachment rule, Murtala and other students, it means when I make the subject of the main clause identical to the subject of non-finite or verbless. If there is no identification, we call such attachment rule violated, as we are going to see. Now, nearing the entrance, I shook hands with my acquaintances. Nearing the entrance, again, it is adverbial clause of time. But here we don't have subordinated. I can choose different subordinate. How do I know time? From the meaning. Nearing, it means as soon as, in the time as. So I can use when, as soon as. But mainly, student, when I have the form ing, I use while. Mainly, because the form ing, they use while. This is, most of the grammarian, they state such, not me. Okay, I move to place. Why I go? Because, they are very, very easy. It means finite or non-finite. Now, place. With a place, again, sometimes with finite, sometimes, but pay attention, I'm talking about not adverb of time, adverbial clause. Clause, not single element, right? Yeah, I'm talking about clause, not element, which is time or place or manner or frequency. Now, they went wherever they could find work. Students, here I have two things with adverbial clause of place. Where and ever. Does ever here means general meaning? It means direction. While where, it means position. In other words, position, it is specific, if I want to make it in this way. And direction, it means what? Generic, in every place. This is the meaning. So the only difference is in meaning. Now, they went wherever they could find work. Who can identify the adverbial clause of place for me in this sentence? Yes, please.
Yes.
Zainab.
Where they could find work.
Wherever they could find work.
Find work.
Yes, label it, please.
Yes. Closes of the place.
Clauses, it is one clause.
Close one.
Yeah. Adverbial clause of what? Of a place. Adverbial clause of place, wherever they could find work. Function, it is A, again. Now, what is the meaning? The meaning, I have ever, wherever. It means in every direction. Students, some people, they might go to different places. If they find a place in section C, they come and work in section C. If they find work in section B, they go. It means in every direction. That's why the author used wherever. Where the fire had been, we saw nothing but blackened rooms. Yes, Manas.
Where the fire had been.
This is adverbial clause of place.
Yes.
And it is what? Why where? See, students, got to prevent us from fire. When fire starts, it starts from what? Specific place, specific position, then it goes in every direction. So that's why the author used where. Why? Because specific, it starts from specific position. But in both cases, they are adverbial clause, and the form of the verb is what? Finite. In the first sentence and in the second one.
Yes.
Because the second one, I have the fire had been, right? Right? It is not passive. It is not ed participle, as some of your colleagues state. Wherever, where none. Here it is ed participle. None. Right? Wherever none, such facts have been reported. What do I have here? Wherever none. What is it? Adverbial clause of place. Which form? Non-finite ed. Why, where, why, wherever? Let us see the meaning of the sentence. The sentence states that the facts are going to be reported, whether I am going to state it here in section C, or in section A, or in section B, or in the department, because it is a fact, public, right? Since a fact should be public, not secret. So I can use specific and I can use generic. I mean position or direction. That's why the author used where, wherever, and meaning. I'm talking about meaning. Wherever possible, all moving parts should be tested. Again, where's the clause? Wherever possible, or where possible. Adverbial clause of place. Which form?
Non-finite.
No. Verbless. Yeah, the form it is verbless. Now, here, why, where, why, wherever, because I am talking about moving parts which should be tested. What are these moving parts? I'm talking about, for example, physical system, biological system in which I tested. So the parts of this system could be tested within a specific place in the laboratory, for example, or completely. So that's why the author is where and where. Clear, please? So the meaning is only a matter of position or direction, but in any case, it is adverbial clause of place. Which position of place? Which direction of place, not time. Now, I will see your awareness in the following question. Clauses of condition and concession. Are these two clauses similar or different? In section 1123. Are they similar or different? If they are not similar, why do the author put it in one title? If they are not similar, if they are different. Yes, Leah.
They are similar in case and different in another one.
Yes.
Yes.
They are similar if we use even if, yes, and we can bound them together.
Yeah, you give me the final conclusion. They are similar because both of them have two circumstances. Two circumstances. If the first circumstance, not the first, I mean if one of the circumstances depends on the other, it will be condition. And I express it by if. You remember if yesterday?
Yeah.
Not if, which is nominal. You remember yes, no, interrogative, no. If here is condition. You remember if a clause when you were intermediate school, secondary school, we have three clauses. Yeah, I mean this one. If the circumstance is in contrast to another circumstance, it will be concession, which means contrast. Now, if you treat her kindly, then, now what do I have? If, then. You remember, students, in the first course, you remember this, then. I've told you, then here it is optional because then occur in the main clause. I can remove it. But this is the main one, which is if, condition. If you treat her kindly, she will do anything for you. What is the type of the relationship between these two clauses? Is it dependence or contrast? Dependence. Which means that if you are kind, I will do anything for you. If you are not kind, I will not do it. It means when one circumstance depends on the other, the type of the relationship is what? Condition. So now where is the clause? Yes, Ghadir.
If you treat her kindly.
Yeah. Label it, Ghadir.
Condition the adverbial clause.
Condition, it is adverbial clause of condition. You should start from what, Ghadir? General. Then specific. Adverbial clause of condition. Good. Where is the subordinator?
Subordinator
If. It is, mainly it is if. But if someone say, well, doctor, if we use if then, I say there is no problem. Here it is correlative and then it is optional. There is no problem. And if you say if only, again, there is no problem because it is the main clause. I mean, it is the dependent clause. Okay. Although he hadn't eaten for days, he nevertheless looked. So what do I say? Although, nevertheless, or sometimes they use yet. These are correlative and I can remove them. So what is the main subordinator? Although, which is concession, which is contrast. Although he hadn't eaten for days, he nevertheless looked very fit. What do I have here? Two circumstances. Yes. Yeah, explain it for me, please.
Because he said that although he did not eat, but he did not eat fit, like he's still like fat or something.
So it means he is what?
There's contrast.
Yeah. Let us express it more, because as if you paraphrase it.
If he does not eat like much, he is fit.
Yeah.
Like,
Now, what does mean fit? Sound, in a good way, healthy, right? What do you expect from the person who hadn't eaten for days? Either he will be sick, or sometimes a person cannot be die, right? So though he hadn't eaten 4 days, still he is what? In a usual way, in a healthy. This is contrast, right? Now, so where's the clause? Although he hadn't eaten 4 days, we call this adverbial clause of concession. Where is the subordinator? Although. Your colleagues say something, even if this subordinator is a very particular subordinator. Why? It might be the only subordinator in which when we use it as if I have two things in one, condition and concession. Of course, in special cases. Let us see this. Even if he went down on bended knees, I would not forgive him. How do you understand this sentence? I have two circumstances. One depends on the other. And at the same time, one is in contrast to the other. How? What do you expect? You know, students, there are different ways of giving forgiveness. The explicit performative verb is forgive me, right? I use it orally. Forgive me. I apologize. Sorry. Pardon. This is explicit. Or semiotically, which is facial expression, which is body language, which is went down on bended knees. Now, though he did this, he expects that she will forgive him. So the condition of forgiveness for him, of course, according to this sentence, not to our life, according to this sentence, he knows that she will accept if he went bend down on his knee now. But what happens? She will not do anything. She remains, doesn't accept. So since we have these two meanings, implied meaning, contrast and concession, we use even if. This is in very special cases. That's why the author put it at the end and explained no further about this one. So, where's the clause now? Mustafa, since you tell me about it.
Yes, even if he went down on the bended knees.
Now label it.
It is adverbial, those of condition and
And concession, very good. It is condition and concession. Where's the subordinator?
Subordinator, even if.
Even if. Not even alone, not if alone, no. Even if. I stop here. Tomorrow, let me give you your preparation and listen for your questions. Tomorrow by God's will, we will talk about, you know, students, after this, you see condition, real condition, unreal condition, concession, and different details that some of them you have taken them as a clause. That's why I did not take them. What about 1127, 1128? I leave it. Why? After my humble reading in books of grammar, I found that no real cut between these clauses. That's why they will be very ambiguous for you from my experience in teaching students. So I go directly to 1128. What is it? It is clauses of reason or cause, clause of purpose, clause of result, and by this point we end adverbial clauses. Of course, you have a note of purpose. Take it. This note is very important. On page 328, purpose. You have a note. Take it. Result. Then for tomorrow, if we have time, I will take implied subject to semantic diversity. Yes, what are your questions? I start with you, Mustafa. What is yours? Now, students, please, do you want to leave? Leave. Let me take your absentees and I will listen to your, if you want to leave. Let me take your absentees. In order not to disturb the others. ضحى حيدر yes
ما لحقت والله
ضياء عماد
Yes.
عباس مهدي عبير كاظم
وعليكم السلام